And that's what we would like.
So you've been quoted as the man who was able to modernise Labour's policies. Now, when you first decided that modernising Labour's policies was the only way to go, what kind of response did you get from the rest of the party?
Not a great one.
No?
Well, it wasn't just the policies that needed changing, it was everything. Everything.
Yeah.
You know, our organisation, the way we took votes, the way, you know, we were allowing people, the individual members of the party, to vote for the first time on the policies that they wanted. The way in which we put our message across, the way we presented ourselves, the way we, you know, targeted key seats around the country that we needed to win, the way we needed to put some unity back into the leadership of the party. Everything needed to change. Our constitution needed to change. The language we used needed to change. The way we address people directly, you know, their aspirations and what they wanted to make of themselves and their families. We had to show that we understood that and were behind that.
And of course you have a very important role now in the whole New Labour cabinet. You are the Secretary of State for Trade and Industry. Now, what are your plans for that role? How are you going to help people?
What I want to do is to help enterprise, to help businesses, to get people with good ideas, you know, to harness the technology and the skills and everything else they need to turn their ideas into thriving businesses, to grow, to employ people, to generate wealth, to pay for the public services and the welfare and the housing and all that we need to, you know, create the opportunities for people in this country that we want. But the beginning of it is with enterprise, because without enterprise we won't generate the prosperity we need to pay for all the other things that we want, and that's how I see my job.
So what can you do for the thriving enterprise that is youth cable television, where you are right now, YCTV?
I hope I can, you know, I hope I can do a lot. I mean, you obviously, you know, got a tremendous operation going here. You've got great facilities, you've got great people. It's huge. I mean, I've been walking around it, and I think it's like being back in London weekend television.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in the 80s as well, because of the age of our equipment.
Yeah, well, and with the number of people you've got working here, and probably being paid very good salaries, with very good expenses, you know, always out to lunch and doing all the things, you know. But I mean, seriously, I hope that I can, you know, help make you better known, put you on the map, bring more people here, so that people realise what a great thing you've got going.
Definitely. Now, our main aim is to have one of these in every country, in every city of Britain.
Right.
Now, we'd like to have one in Hartlepool one day. Tell us what to expect in Hartlepool. What's Hartlepool like?
Hartlepool is a traditional town on the northeast coast of the country that has relied on some pretty traditional staple industries, most of which now have gone, they've died, and the town is therefore trying to remake itself. And it's invested a great deal in a spanking new marina, which is very good, very smart, lots of boats and visitor attractions, and it's a great place to visit therefore. But we're also trying to, you know, overhaul the look of the place, remake the town centre, so that people think of Hartlepool as a nice place to come and live, to visit, to work in, to bring their businesses, to create jobs for people, because there's still a great deal of unemployment and a great deal of poverty amongst my constituents. And we're not going to overcome that until we get more businesses and more jobs being created there.
So tell me, do you think you're going to be in the area of Hartlepool on December the 31st, 1999, around midnight?
I can't think where I'll be. Where would I be?
You know where I'm going with this.
I think I might be under some small dome-like construction somewhere in London.
So Peter, for me and all the people at home, why should we go to the Dome on December?
Because you will see things and take part in things and experience things that you have literally never seen before in your life. You'll be able to sort of crawl around in this huge human body and see how your body works. Have you ever done that? No, you've never done that.
No, you got me there. You got me there.
Never done that. You'll be able to do all sorts of things. You know, you'll be able to think about, you know, your soul and your mind and how that works and how your brain ticks and how we're harnessing science, how work is changing, how how learning and education is being transformed and what it will be like in the next century. You'll be able to go around the globe and see what the rest of the world is like. You'll be able to have a nice rest as well. You'll be able to play sports that you've never heard of.
Oh, no, listen, I have heard of one.
Not surfball.
Oh, got me. What is surfball?
You'll have to come to the
I'll
dome.
have to come to the dome and find out. And you mentioned the soul. Is it going to be a particularly religious experience?
It will be spiritual, yeah, in one of the zones. And I think that's important. You know, people's spiritual life is important to them. And I want the dome to have something in it for everyone. I want people to feel that they can really take stock of their lives and where we're going and what we want life and society and the way we work and how we play and how we rest and how we also relate to the rest of the world, to see how all that's going into the next century, the new millennium. I want people to think as well as have an incredibly good time out, and that's what they will do.
How much will I have to pay for this incredibly good time out?
It won't be more than you'll be able to afford.
Won't be more than I'm able to afford?
You might have to start saving now.
I have to start saving now?
I mean, you may have to, you know, fewer sort of crisps and, you know.
Well, yeah, I was saving for a trip to South America then, but...
You'd rather go to South America than go to the Dome?
I was thinking I'd rather go to South America than go to the Dome.
Really?
Yeah, quite literally.
Get a life.
No, honestly, no, but you must... Okay, now, a lot of people have got a lot of criticism for the Dome.
Yeah. Because they don't know what it is. And why should they? Because nothing like it's ever been invented or created before.
But what it is it... Do we need what it is more than we need maybe more hospital beds or...
But it's not either or. This is not taxpayers' money. You know, we're spending as a government over the next 3 years over 20 million more pounds on the National Health Service.
Brilliant.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. So...
You know, and more on education, and more on fighting crime, because that's what we can afford as a nation. What is being spent on the Dome isn't money that would otherwise be spent elsewhere. You know, it's money that comes either from, you know, the proceeds of the lottery or from private sponsorship. And we'll probably get a lot of it back as well.
Hopefully. Now, where will the money that is made from the Dome, where will that go?
It will go back into the Millennium Pot. You know, if we make more than we need, it will go back to the people who've given us the grant in the first place, and in turn that will be spent on the arts and science, education, all the other very good causes that a lot of the profits from the lottery go to at the moment.
Right, now, you have somewhat of an image in the press of being, you have a dark image, maybe you've been called at times the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, I'm hoping this interview is going to cure all that.
Well, that's...
People are going to see the real me and decide that, you know, I'm nicer than people have thought from reading some of the newspapers.